Hello everybody! Just about 2 days ago I saw a video by marphitimusBlack about a outlost map by Half-Life storywriter Marc Laidlaw, and yeah, unfortunately all textures have been lost, and same goes for the for entities like all the weapons. The only things that still exist are the funk water and player spawns and a teleporter that goes from here to the other side of the map, about here. Yeah, and the lights still exist too. So what's lost is the items and the weapon spawns. So all the floors are lit with these point light entities, which are quite bright actually, and the rest comes from the sky, and this the rest of the lightning is produced with a light environment, and it has a direction that is it comes from the side, so it doesn't actually cast any shadows from above, and is also quite light. So if you have a look at this in-game, it looks like this. Yeah, so I haven't actually shown you this part yet, but the teleporter is over there, and you see the floors are incredibly bright from inside, and there are not a lot of shadows. Here you can see some, and there's also a red light down there, but in the floors, for example, there are few shadows, and here are also barely any shadows. So I thought about, so I actually changed the lightning a lot in my version of this map, and I can also show you some more floors here for a moment. Better go here. So they are all still very bright and very narrow actually too, and you will later see that I changed something here in my version. And here also the floor is very it's barely has any height. You nearly collide with it here, and I also changed that, and also did a few other small changes, but also to the shape, but most of the shape clearly stays the same in my version. So the provided map file was actually a very good base to get started with texturing and fixing the whole thing, because the brushwork still worked perfectly, and I just had to apply new textures and weapons and items, and so Marc Laidlaw wrote that he had a sandstone type of material used before, and I had that in mind when I looked out for the new textures, and I also did a bunch of changes to the brushwork to be able to apply the textures in a way that I wanted to do it. So now the lightning is the light environment is changed a bit. The sun comes from up here and goes in a new angel that is supposed to make some more beautiful shadows than before. I also deleted all the point lights that were used to enlighten the floors and the area down here before, and replaced that with torches, actually, looking like this. There are still point lights actually, but attached to those torches, and they are meant to fake some torchlight. Yes. So I also added some plants that were existing in the old version as well. So of course now they're looking different, but I read about this and some plants. Those can also be used as ladders to get from down here to the higher level, and I also put some around here. And I also made the teleporter a bit more obvious than before, and you will also see this in-game in a few moments. I also did a few more changes to the brushwork, but I also show them in-game. One moment. So this is what the map looks in-game. I will not talk too much about weapon balance, but I placed weapons and items based on my experience with the game. So that should be relatively okay. And now we already come to the biggest change here. It's an extra corner for a second long jump item, which I felt was necessary, and it also opens up the very narrow floors, so you have a little more room right here. And with a long jump you can jump up here to the crossbow if you're skilled enough to jump. With a long jump you also can get up here, if you're doing it good at least. So, like this. And here's a previously mentioned feature that you can now get up to the higher level with the vines. I felt that was kind of necessary, or it should be a decent feature, because before it was quite a long way to get up here, and it's still quite difficult. Takes a moment, so it doesn't make it too easy to get up here to the very strong crossbow, really. And yeah, here's the ending for the teleporter. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Also, at the far end of the map, there is the Gauss gun, which is the strongest weapon in the game. So I put it in a position where it's not so easy to reach actually, and it there's not much else here actually. There's only the Gauss and those two batteries up there. So compared to the rest, to the heart of the map actually, there's not much going on here. Never mind about that. So you can also of course enter the teleporter from below. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I will maybe do a few more small changes when I played the map actually, because until now it's totally untested, but maybe when we play it in a 2-on-2 or so, I get some more ideas to make further small fixes. But that's it, and I think it's quite cool that this this map became something again, because otherwise it's just a waste of block work. So bye bye.